What's up, guys? Welcome to today's show. We are talking about those love handles today, and people can either love or hate the term love handles, but that stubborn belly fat that's hanging around. And if you seem to be just hanging on to that, if it seems like it's just not going away, if you've tried getting rid of these love handles without any luck, then you might be surprised that it's probably not what you think. It's probably not just a matter of eating less and exercising more, which is a piece of it, but that's what everyone jumps to. And there's other things to consider when it comes to losing stubborn belly fat, losing those love handles. So listen up today. I want to talk about how to fight those love handles and get back to looking and feeling your best. So this is a problem that a lot of guys come to, and a lot of guys I work with, they're asking, how do I get rid of belly fat? How do I see my abs again? How do I get back to losing weight, targeted weight there? And first off, this is hard. I get it. It's something that I've struggled with, extra weight around the midsection, and that's a hard place for a lot of guys to lose weight. It's a lot of place where a lot of guys hold fat, beer bellies, call it love handles, call it belly fat, whatever you want to call it. People want to lose it there, but that's usually the last place where fat tends to leave from. Even if you've lost weight, you might have lost weight around your face, leaned up in the arms and the legs even, but that fat around the midsection can linger and can hang around no matter how long you've been at this health journey or this weight loss journey. And it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating when you're doing the right things, you're exercising more, you're eating a little better, and it's still not going away. So what can you do? That's what I want to talk about today. I've given you guys some strategies to look at. That's more than just the obvious. Hopefully, if you guys are listening, if you've already tried the exercise and the nutrition side, that's a piece of it that we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. But there's other things that are often overlooked that I want to talk about here today. And I've seen this with a lot of the coaching clients I work with. Be surprised. There's probably, a quarter to half of people that this is their goal. They're like, hey, yes, I want these other things, and not this their main goal, but they're like, hey, by the way, like I also want to lose some targeted weight around my stomach. I want to look better, be more confident. And the answers I give them often surprise them because it's a little more than just the nutrition and just the fitness. And that's what I want to get into today, and give you guys, I think I have 6 steps written down for some things to consider, some things to do for getting this under control, getting rid of those love handles. So first thing I want to talk about, and this is before I talk about anything else, this is where it gets to be slightly counterintuitive, is that first and foremost, you have to manage your stress. It's something I've struggled with, and I'm confident a reason why I've had a slow time losing belly fat. And I know other guys in stressful situations that have run into the same problem. Stress releases cortisol, releases our stress hormones, which are not anabolic in nature. They do not allow us to build muscle. They do the opposite of allowing us to build muscle and burn fat. And where does that weight go? That weight goes right to the stomach. And if you're rolling your eyes at this, don't, because I was there once and I'm a believer now. I know that stress is such a big thing for the belly fat we're holding on to, and such a big thing that you have to manage if this is really your goal. You have to have that in mind. You can listen to a previous podcast. It was probably at least a month ago at this point. You have to search back into the archives a little bit. But why your stress is making you fat is the title of that episode. If you want more of a deep dive into why stress is so important, I'd recommend checking that one out. Second piece, get your sleep right. This is the second one. Sleep is it's a performance enhancing drug. It's the cheapest one. It's free, and people do not take advantage of it. People neglect their sleep, and this has been shown to worsen our health, increase our body fat, decrease our ability to put on muscle. Sleep is so important. You have to make sure you're getting both quality and quantity of sleep. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into the X's and O's here. I want to give you guys a big picture overview. I've done previous episodes on sleep. Go check those out in terms of, I believe this one's how to sleep for high performance. Search high performance sleep on my YouTube channel or in the podcast, and you'll be able to find that for some more actionable tips of how to do that. But you want to be thinking both quality and quantity for that. Next piece, third step, move more. This isn't work out more. This isn't lift more weights necessarily. This is move more movement throughout the day. That's how we're going to get into more of the deeper fat loss stuff. the true fat loss. You're not going to burn belly fat from a 1 hour HIIT workout, a 1 hour high intense workout, and then going and sitting on the couch or sitting at your computer, sitting at your desk. You need to be moving more throughout the day. Once movement becomes part of our DNA, and that can be taking walks, that can be standing up, that can be getting up, stretching, mobility routines, jumping on a bike, taking a bike ride, just getting out and being active is really going to help your ability to lose the fat. And that's twofold, because one, you're just moving more, which helps with so many hormones and so many of our body's processes. But two, it's actually this low level state that helps to burn fat and get into our fat storage. Contrary to popular belief, it's not beating yourself into the ground that burns some calories, but that doesn't actually tap into fat burning the same way that this low intensity, steady state cardio does. Again, another podcast recommendation in the archives from the Men Made for More podcast. You can type in low intensity, slow and steady cardio, and look for that episode. There's an episode on why low and slow is better than necessarily doing HIIT workout when it comes to your fat loss. So think about moving more throughout the day, make it a part of your organic process. Set a timer if you need to. Make sure that you're getting up and moving. Fourth piece here, eat high quality foods that make you look and feel good. So if you're eating in a way that makes you look and feel good, you're probably on the right track. And looking good can be as simple as managing inflammation, so you're less bloated. You want to think low inflammatory foods. A few of the things that I talk to clients about when we talk eating better is low inflammatory. So making sure you're not doing things that cause you to get bloated, things that are good on your digestion. So no feelings of indigestion or acid reflux or some of those, discomfort after eating. Those are some things you want to be aware of. And then also paying attention to signs related to gut problems. And this can be things like acne. I've seen people give up dairy, myself and other people I've recommended to have give up dairy, and acne has essentially gone away. Things like dry skin, things like mood changes, allergies. Some of these things can actually be related to how your gut is processing foods. And the better your digestion is, the better you're avoiding inflammatory processes, which is keeping weight hanging around the midsection. So those are some of the overlooked sides of nutrition, more than just, okay, I'm going to eat less calories or even just eat lower carbs or lower fat. This is more on the actual kind of the surprising side of things, the quality of food, the timing of food, eating slowly, eating with good digestion, that will help you with this. Next piece. So it was coming in at some point. Fifth piece, talking about lift heavy weights occasionally. And that's strength training plays a big role in that. I'm all a fan of walking. I'm a fan of cardio work. I don't mind high intensity interval workouts, but at some point you have to lift some heavy weights. That's beneficial from putting on muscle, from helping your nervous system, helping your hormones, and just boosting some of those things that can help you actually burn some fat, and especially in that area. Now, this doesn't have to be targeted work. Squats, deadlifts, even bench press if you do it right, rows, pull-ups, body weight movements, push-ups, these things that are working your core. You don't have to do isolation exercises. You don't have to do a bunch of sit-ups and crunches. Work on these things, and that will help big time, much more than those other targeted ab workouts will. Last piece, work out hard occasionally. I don't think you should be beating yourself up every day. I don't think you should be going hard and leaving yourself drained. I think that can actually, especially if you're living a stressed life, that can actually do the opposite of what you're hoping to do by having too much cortisol, too much overtraining, which can actually hold on to body fat counterintuitively again. But occasionally, if you're just doing mainly walking, you're lifting heavy weights every once in a while, occasionally get yourself out of that comfort zone, challenge your body, create some new stress on it that can end up being a positive stress. So every once in a while, hit it hard with an endurance workout, a high intensity workout. Just make sure you're doing that smart, picking movements that are in your favor. I talked about this a long while back. I can't think of the name of the podcast I did it on. But from a while back, things like a salt bike, things like pushing a sled, things of those nature that are pretty low skill movements are good ways to beat yourself up, because you can keep form pretty good and it doesn't stress your body too much, stress your joints and muscles in different ways. So there you go, guys. There's 6 things to think about when it comes to getting rid of those love handles, getting rid of that stubborn belly fat. And these things are not the norm. They're a little different. Hopefully give you guys some different strategies for how to do it. And trust me, if you've tried eating less and you've tried working out more and you're still hanging on to that belly fat, don't just roll your eyes at this one. Take some of these tips and put them to practice. Imagine being able to just manage your stress, sleep better, sleep more, and eat more quality food, and actually get better results, actually lose some of that stubborn fat you've been holding on to. That's possible if you guys can follow through on this and form some healthy habits. If you're looking for help on how to do that, I put together the High Performance Health Starter Kit. The link's in the bio there. It's a free resource for you guys. Talk about these things and more. So talk about having a strong mindset, and that's the cornerstone for all of this. Your mindset and your habits are what's going to allow you to follow through on these things. Talks about your fitness, so what you should be doing from a movement standpoint. Talks about your nutrition, what you should be eating, how you should be eating, and how to eat in a way that fuels you for high performance. Talks about your stress habits. So if you guys want to dig a little deeper into what that actually means to manage your stress, that's in there. And also sleep habits. So how to improve your quality and your quantity of sleep. All that's in there. You can take a deeper dive into it. Go to the link in the show notes there, the High Performance Health Starter Kit. Click on that link and you can download a free copy of that. Check it out, dive into it, but it only works if you put the work in. So give that a try. Check that out if you want some more guidance on that. And then also been asking this week, a special favor from you guys. If you're enjoying the show, I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear that you're listening. Would love that you can shoot me a quick note. If you can do that at email, my email is in the show notes there, or message me on Instagram. My handle at IO Strength Performance. Shoot me a message on one of those places. I would love to hear if you guys are listening, where you're listening from, what episodes you're liking, what you want to see more of. Like I talked about the other day, I can see numbers of who's listening. I can see that our numbers are consistent. We have some consistent listeners that are listening to every show, and I'm so grateful for that. I want to hear from you guys, though, to know what you're liking, to get feedback, because I can't see who's listening, and I want that. I want to hear from you guys personally to know who's listening, and I also see that we're growing. This podcast is growing, and I'm so stoked for that too. If you're a new listener here, I appreciate that. Would love to hear where you're listening from, what you like from the episode, and again, what you want to see some more of. So either I've probably already done an episode on it, or would be happy to do something moving forward. So please reach out if you guys are enjoying it, or if you're just listening along and getting any kind of value. I would love that feedback and really appreciate that from you guys. So thanks for listening. I appreciate all you guys, and looking forward to talking with you guys soon.